It's holiday season, right? Filled with gifts and treats, but of course there is a meaning behind everything that's happening right now, whether it's Diwali, Hanukkah, Christmas, whatever you celebrate. Kids can sometimes get caught up in the excitement, forgetting about why we're celebrating this time of year. That's where Julie Freedman Smith comes in this morning from our friends at Parenting Power. And I was asking you, is it hard? And you're saying, no, Ted, it's easy.
Well, yeah, I
Okay.
think it's easy because
Okay.
I do it. So I have a system.
Yeah.
Like Gail and I have a system. This is really important. This is a chapter, our December chapter out of our A Year
It's
of
a whole
Intentional
chapter.
Parenting.
Okay.
Yeah, a whole 2-page chapter because they're all short. Because parents don't have time to read a whole book.
There you
right?
go.
So here's the thing. Our theme this year at Parenting Power has been Own It.
Okay.
And the holidays are no different. Right? So I hear people saying, well, the holidays, you know, December is not even my own month. I just get taken away from it. There's nothing I can do. I just ride the ride and put my head down and get through it. Or you can own it. You can decide what you want it to look like. What memories are important to you? What do you remember from your childhood? What's important for your partner? What's important for your kids? What do
okay.
they love? And then make that happen.
Own it. Okay.
Yeah.
And so now, okay, so you, I mean, because like you, we get invited to like dozens and
Sure.
dozens of things that are happening this time of year.
Yeah.
Is it a matter of kind of saying this one is the biggest priority to me, the next
Yes.
one is the? It is. Okay.
That's what it is with our whole lives.
Yeah.
So we have time for everything we need to do or want to do. We just have to figure out what those things are. So
Okay.
you don't have to say yes to everything. But you need to have a conversation that says, well, what are the things that we really want to do?
Yeah.
Then let's get a calendar and put those on. And that might include things like a day of rest after a really big partying
Sure,
day.
sure.
Or a day to bake. Like if your kids love baking with you and that's something they love to do every year, make sure you get it on the calendar.
Yeah.
And so it's about creating the space for the things that you want or need to have happen.
It's funny, now that you just said that, it's something popped into my head because I was chatting with Erica, my partner, saying, you know what, I want to get the kids to make us some more homemade decorations this year because we haven't done it for a couple of years.
Right.
And those are the ones that you always remember.
Yes.
Right? You're like, oh, look at what you made when you were 6 years old or whatever happens to
Yeah.
be.
So
Yeah.
if that's important to you, put it on the
Put it on,
calendar. And
yeah.
if that means that you have to say no to somebody else, you know, thanks so much for the invitation. Actually, we're making decorations that day.
Ah, okay. Cool. Very cool. What happens if you get sucked in, though, to something like that? Because, like, say the system breaks down.
Yeah, well,
'Cause
and it
things
does.
break down for me
Yeah.
all the time.
So one of two things. Either
Yeah.
you go with it and you say, you know what, I'm doing this, and
Yeah.
I'm going to bring the best energy I can to
Okay,
it.
yeah.
And I'm going to make sure that my kids have enough sleep before we go, or that I take some extra food so that if the food's a little delayed, they're not going to get all crabby, right? So we need to keep the routines in place as much as we can.
Okay.
And then you're going to say, next year it's going to be different.
Okay.
But rather than just saying it and not doing anything about it, make a plan. Write
Yeah.
down some things so that next November or October, when things start coming at you, you can say, actually, this time I'm going to make it the way we
We're
want
going
to
to pass
make it.
on this one,
Yeah.
but we're going to say yes to this
Right.
one. Okay.
Exercise is also key, too. If you are
Oh,
somebody who
yeah.
exercises a lot, put that into your calendar because, you know, family is hard to deal with sometimes, and the extra food and the lack of sleep. So build that sleeping, proper eating, and exercise somewhere into your calendar so that
Yeah.
you can stay sane.
Do you need to keep personal time in there as well?
Absolutely, yeah.
I guess if you like to go for a run, then keep going for that run.
That's right. And if you've got
Yeah.
people staying in your house, build some time for you to get out for a walk
Yes.
or something so that you can still keep your private time.
Oh, I'm mentally noting all this stuff. I'm not joking.
Well, we want to bring our best to people, right?
We
So
love,
we're responsible
we love
for that.
family being around, but I mean,
Yes.
like, your house gets pretty
It's
crowded, right?
overwhelming.
Yeah,
and
it
get
can
your
be.
kids out too. So decide that, you know, they're going to do some things, you're going to do some things, then you'll come back together. It's okay
You make
to
it
ask for what
sound
you
so
need.
simple.
It's just being clear on what you want and what you
Okay.
need.
Being clear on what you want and owning it.
Yes.
Owning it this year. If
Yeah.
people want to find out more about you, Julie, and Parenting Power, how do they do that?
Parentingpower.ca, or they can look us up on Facebook.
Okay, and the book?
The
Through
book
the
is
website?
called A Year of Intentional Parenting, yeah,
Yeah.
and it's through our website or Amazon or Chapters online, anywhere you want to get it.
You make it seem so easy. I don't know about you, Dave, but do you get sucked in 8 different directions this time of year?
Yeah, I don't know. I missed the whole interview. I was arranging hockey travel for this morning. I've got a Christmas wish list I've got to check. But yeah, no, it is a little bit nuts and really starting to feel it more and more so every day.